The Oscars were last night. Today, I'm going to rank the 10 nominees for Best Picture. You're asking, why are you ranking them after the Oscars already happened? Well, there's a real easy answer for that. I do the Best Picture marathon every year. So I spend one Saturday watching 5 movies. I spend the next Saturday watching 5 movies in a theater. And the second day to that is the day before the Oscars every year. And so Sundays are always a really busy day for me. I have church. It's more of a family day. And also I live stream during the Oscars and don't want to run out my voice filming that video. So I always just do it the day after. We already know who won, but this is my personal ranking of the 10. Before I dive into mine, if you would subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, comment down below in the comment section what's your ranking of the 10 Best Picture nominees. And with that said, let's dive right in. I decided I'm going to crack a cold one at 11 o'clock on a Monday morning. Dr. Pepper, cream soda. Sponsor me. Yummy. In last place, my number 10, The Secret Agent. This is a film that was frustrating to me because so much of it was cool and interesting. I think Wagner Moura gives a pretty good performance. I do think that he didn't really deserve to get a nominee for Best Actor. I think that people like Jesse Plemons could have been squeezed in there a little more, but I'm content with that. I think the movie looks great. I really like the scenes where we're at the theater, kind of diving into movies of that time period, kind of focused on that, which was really interesting. There's some moments where I was intrigued for about the first half of the movie. I was curious what direction this was going. But by the end of it, I'm just like, I don't know what the point of this movie was. And maybe like the marathon tainted my experience of the film because it's 2.5 hours long. The longest movie of day one. It was flat in the middle of the day. I was almost falling asleep. I had to leave the theater midway through for like 2 minutes so I could stand in line and get an energy drink so I don't fall asleep because it's that big of a slow burn. And my brother fell asleep. The lady sitting next to me fell asleep. 3 people behind me fell asleep. Everybody was falling asleep during this movie, so maybe it's not just me. But, like, it's a slow burn, and I don't necessarily feel the payoff really works for this movie whatsoever, or at all. Where you can name any one of the Best Picture nominees, and I could tell you exactly what the point of that movie was. And I watched this one, and by the time it ends, I'm like, there's no point to it. It's just here, and it's done, and I don't get the overall themes. There's some speculation that it could be because it's a Brazilian film and it's set for Brazilian people, and obviously I'm not that, but I just didn't get it. It's like, finally when something interesting happens, then we don't even get to see the big finale to it. Like, we just get alluded to it, like, oh, this person died. And then we get to, like, the final scene of the movie was really good with Wagner Moura playing the secret agent's son. Really good scene. But at that point, I'm like, well, what was the overall goal of this film? What was the point of it? And so, it's the one movie out of these 10 that I don't know the point of the movie. Number 9, and to be clear, number 10 was down here. Number 9's up here. Number 9, Sentimental Value. Our second international film. And we're done with the only 2 international films inside of the Best Picture noms. Sentimental Value, I liked for the most part. I think it's got a great cast. You got Renee, you got Inga, who are 2 of the standouts for me by far. I think they both have excellent chemistry with each other. Carried the emotional moments for me. Each of them had those scenes that I watched the movie, I'm like, these 2 are good. They deserve the nominations. Now, I don't necessarily think Elle Fanning or Stellan Skarsgård did. Stellan Skarsgård, I didn't really connect with his character at all, and then Elle Fanning just felt like a character there to push the motive of our lead character, and she didn't feel like her character necessarily evolved or had any arc. But I do think all the performances are good. Just saying that I don't think they deserve the nomination doesn't mean I don't think Elle Fanning's good. She's great in the movie. Her character herself. But it's a movie that, you know, it's got the emotional moments. It's got the scenes that make you tear up. I just feel like this one, the longer it went on, I'm like, I just kind of wanted it to wrap up. Movies like this, slow burns like this, I'm always kind of like that. Even when we talk about Hamnet or Train Dreams, I will mention that, like, they're not necessarily tailored for me. I will much rather enjoy a fast-paced movie than a slow burn movie, and I think I would have enjoyed this movie more if it was 90 minutes, because by the time the third act came around, I was like, okay, I get the point. I know where this is going. I know the point of a movie. To be clear, I did enjoy it. I gave The Secret Agent 3 stars. I gave Sentimental Value 3.5. So to be clear, I did enjoy Sentimental Value. Number 8, Begonia. Now, I'd say my number 8 and 7 are tied. I've flipped them back and forth about 10 times before hitting record. Begonia is my number 8. And this is a movie that I watched and I did not like. Out of the theater, I gave my review. I gave it a negative review. And after rewatching, I think the marathon experience helped me out a bit. Because it is a movie that is under 2 hours long in a day where I watch Sentimental Value, F1, and The Secret Agent. That's all over 2-hour movies. And having a movie under 2 hours just kind of it made me enjoy the experience of the film a little bit more. And it's a more accessible movie, if that makes sense. I mean, you have 2 movie stars, Jesse Plemons, Emma Stone, who both have fantastic chemistry with each other throughout the entire movie. It hits a certain point where it just goes insane. And, like, when a certain character dies, each time I watched it, everybody in the theater goes, WTF. Like, I heard 10 people say, what the f... And it was insane. It was insane. And it still shocks me every time. You have the breakout star in here, Aiden Delbus, who absolutely kills it in this role. All 3 performances absolutely kill it. It's a movie that gets so insane, it loses me in the third act every single time. I'm having a blast with the craziness stuff. And then it hits a point to where it just extends all disbelief. There will be spoilers for this movie if you haven't seen it. There's your warning. So Jesse Plemons convinces Emma Stone to take him to her company so he could go into space on the ship or whatever. So how she does this is they're in the car. She pulls up to the gate. The guy working the gate sees Emma Stone sitting next to a strange man with a gun and says, oh, yeah, you can come right through. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, maybe he didn't want to die. Maybe he didn't want to risk his life. Sure. That's okay. So they pull up to the car valet, where he's going to take her car, go park it, right? And Jesse Plemons steps out of the car, facing the valet man, takes his ginormous rifle, opens up his pants, puts it in his pants, and, like, the valet dude's just standing there, watching him, like, hi. Hello. And Jesse Plemons is like, oh, I'm just going to put this rifle in my pants. That's completely okay. Nobody bats an eye. Nobody cares that she is a high-profile CEO, and nobody cares that a strange man with a rifle is pulling up. So they just waltz on in. Nobody stops her. Nobody tries to rescue her. She just waltzes on in up to her office. Okay. Whatever. Fine. Maybe she has mind control powers. Whatever. I don't care. And then chaos ensues, Jesse Plemons dies, whatever. What really, really, really ruins this movie for me is the fact that after Jesse Plemons dies, she goes up into space, they have this goofy Looney Tunes conversation where they're all dressed up in wool clothing and speaking a weird language, and it's just completely stupid, and they kill every person on Earth, and it's just like, okay, yeah, I'm done with this movie. Knowing where it goes, I appreciated the idea and the ending a little bit more. I think the execution is super goofy, and that's why I can't fully love this movie, because it feels like a movie I could love. It just loses me in the third act. Number 7, Frankenstein. This movie definitely plays better in a theater. I watched it on Netflix. I thought the movie looked weird. I didn't fully connect with the story, and I didn't really like it. I watched it in a theater, and the movie looks stunning, and I think that watching it on Netflix, watching this movie with the weird colors and the ginormous set pieces and the excellent cinematography, watching it in theaters definitely helped, because I was constantly sitting there in my theater seat, blown away by how good this movie looked. Watching it on Netflix on my TV in my basement doesn't look as good, as near as good as it did in the theater. That's why it's number 7, because I was just blown away. I think Oscar Isaac should have got nominated for a performance here. Jacob Elordi definitely deserved that supporting actor nom. They both are phenomenal in this movie. The rest of the cast is incredible as well. And it's a faster-paced movie. It has an excellent score. So there are moments where it's really entertaining. Just every time I rewatch Frankenstein, I just don't connect with it on an emotional level like a lot of people do. every time I watch it, there are sequences that drag. I'm always watching the movie and I'm like, okay, I'm not connecting with this character or with this motivation here. And I've watched the movie 3 times now, and each time I watched it, there's always something holding it back from greatness for me. I watch it and my thought is, I should be loving this movie. Instead, it's just okay. It's just good. And it's 3.5 stars. I gave it higher than I did on my other viewings. I give it a 0.5 star higher because of how great it looked on the theater. But if you take anything away from this video, take this away. You must find any way possible to watch this on a big screen because it looks phenomenal. Freaking-nominal. Watch Frankenstein on the big screen. Number 6, Train Dreams. This is a movie that people were raving about its cinematography. I haven't heard nothing else. And yeah, this movie looks great. Again, a movie that I got to see my first viewing of in a theater. And it looked absolutely incredible, like everybody was saying. Joel Edgerton is really good in here, gives this very emotional performance, and the emotions are at an all-time high in this movie. I cried during the beginning, and I definitely cried during the montage of life in the finale of the film, because it is a movie that focuses on the tragedies of life, just living your life, and I think it works. I think that, for the most part, focusing on the tragedies of life works. It's emotional. I do think it might have been better as a short film, however. As much as I did like the movie, I walk away from it for, like, the second half of the movie, besides the montage of life, drags. Because just so much of it is Joel Edgerton walking around being sad. That's all the second half is. There's a few good scenes in there, but the first half worked much more for me than the second half, because the second half is just him being sad. And I appreciate the beauty of it. It's not necessarily the most entertaining film, by far. So, I will still give it props, though. That ending definitely made me cry. My brother looked over, he's like, "Are you crying?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just shut up, it's beautiful." Diving into the top 5, F1 the movie. A movie that, on my first viewing in theaters, I was highly disappointed by it, because everybody was saying it was great, and I just found it to be a generic race movie. On my second viewing, it was right after Sentimental Value. It was noon. I was ready for something fast-paced, and this one really did the job for me. It's a lot of fun. It could be generic, and yes, it absolutely is, but it's still a lot of fun. Brad Pitt's a lot of fun in here. Damson Idris, obviously, another young actor that I think is great in this movie. They have great chemistry throughout the entire movie. The racing scenes are obviously absolutely phenomenal. Joseph Kosinski knows how to film things going fast, and he definitely does here, and the movie looks great. The score is really good, and it's just a faster-paced sports movie that I had a lot of fun with watching on my second viewing in the theater. Does it go a bit generic? Absolutely, near the third act. Like, you know exactly where it's going. But then again, just like in the first viewing of the movie, he's flying. That scene made me be like, whoa. Like, yeah, it's a generic sports movie, yes, but it's a very good one, and it's, like, the fact that, where they placed it at in this marathon, where, like, if we did another slow movie right after Sentimental Value, I'd probably fall asleep. F1 got me back in the game, and there is one sequence in this movie I have not stopped thinking about ever since I watched the movie, and it is the "We Will Rock You" scene as he's preparing for the first race. Chills every time, man. That sequence is phenomenal. Now, just so we're clear, I gave Train Dreams a 4, F1's a 4. After these two, these next 4 movies are 4.5 and higher. So the next 2 are 4.5. The final 2 are 5-star films. We are into the best of the best. Just missing the top 4, Hamnet. This is a movie that I walked into the theater, the third movie of the marathon, on day 2, after watching Train Dreams and Marty Supreme. I was exhausted up to that point, and I was not in the mood to watch a slow burn movie like Hamnet. I fully expected to just not enjoy the experience at all. And did I enjoy the experience? Not at all. Because this movie's not enjoyable. It's not entertaining. But this movie is beautiful, man, and it is heartbreaking, and it ripped my heart out. And a big part of that is Jessie Buckley's amazing Oscar-winning performance that she absolutely deserved. She was phenomenal in the movie, obviously, and she definitely deserved that Oscar. Like, heartbreaking. She pulled my heart out. That's how good of a performance she gave. Paul Mescal also, I think, got a little bit snubbed in there. I think he was quite good in the film as well. Just so many emotional sequences. Whether it's the performances or the score that's going on or the themes in the movie, it just hit me. And Everybody to my left was crying. Everybody to my right was crying. Everybody behind me and in front of me was crying. I was crying a little bit. It's just an emotional film that explores the loss of a child and how life or art can imitate life. And that's what I really loved about this movie, is that final theater sequence is just brilliant. It's brilliant. Now, was this movie entertaining? Absolutely not. Was there moments where I was like, okay, start to get on with the plot? Absolutely. But I do think it's quicker paced than the other slow burn movies on this list. But man, the sequences where the emotions come in just tore my heart out. And the score is phenomenal. And if Sinners didn't exist, I would have definitely wanted this to win Best Score. Just, wow. What a film. And I've seen 2 Chloe Zhao movies. I've seen Hamnet and The Eternals. And both of those movies I really enjoy. So Chloe Zhao, I'll keep an eye out for the next movie. So a movie I wasn't looking forward to at all ended up being my most surprising movie of the Best Picture nominees. Before I dive into my top 3, it would do me a huge favor if you would subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell so you never miss another video. And while you're down there, if you would, comment down below, what is your ranking of the 10 Best Picture nominees? That's the most important part. That's why I do this, so I can have conversations with all of you down there in the comment section. And again, at the beginning of the video, I showed what my socials are. If you would go follow me on all those, it would really appreciate. I did this list on Letterboxd at ZachDFilmsYT. If you would go follow on X, on Letterboxd, on Instagram, on Twitter, or Twitter and X are the same thing. I meant TikTok. Go follow my TikTok. I'm on all of the social platforms, and it would mean a lot to me if you would follow. Number 3, One Battle After Another. This is the Best Picture winner. This is the movie that won the most awards. It won 6 awards for screenplay, director, Best Picture, casting. It won a ton of awards at the Oscars and was our winner. And I called it the Oscar villain. And when I call it the Oscar villain, it's not because I think it's a bad movie. It's number 3 on the list of the Best Picture nominees. It's a good movie. It's a great movie. I call it the Oscar villain because I was rooting for Sinners. I've had people ask me, well, you call it the Oscar villain. Is it a political thing? Are you just a Nazi? Are you just absolutely crazy? Oh, this got to be a political agenda. No, it's not a political agenda. Let me ask you this. There are 2 sports teams you like. One of them is your favorite team. The other is a team you just like. If your favorite sports team is playing this team you like, who is the villain in that scenario? It'd be the team that you like, not your favorite. And so because Sinners was the movie I was rooting for at the Oscars, what would that make One Battle After Another? That would make it the villain. There we go. And I don't talk about politics on this channel at all. Nothing good comes from political conversations. And so I don't talk about it on this channel. And so, none of my reservations about this film are due to politics. Not a single one. And, I don't have many reservations of the film. I gave it 4.5 stars. It is a phenomenal movie. However, I wish Sinners won. So just now we're clearing that up. One Battle After Another, I love how it blends a throwback action thriller with a political thriller, and it's just a lot of fun. Every technical aspect is great. The script is phenomenal. The cinematography is great. I love that final sequence on the road. Seeing it again on the big screen definitely blew me away. This other shots throughout the entire movie is just absolutely phenomenal. Leonardo DiCaprio was a good number 3 in the Best Actor race. I thought he gave such a fun performance. Always enjoy the sequence where he's trying to find out what the time is. It's just one of the best sequences of the year in cinema. Sean Penn's performance gives the best villain performance of the year, and when he finally gets what's coming to him in the third act of the movie, you absolutely love it. Like I said, it's shot great. The score is great. It's just a movie that every time I rewatch it, I'm like, I'm having a lot of fun watching this movie. I it flows really well for a 3-hour-long movie. It's very much flows on a very tight pace, and I do enjoy that. Again, I call it the Oscar villain, but I'm very content with it winning. It definitely deserved. At least it's not like Anora last year where I just didn't connect with Anora and didn't like it. One Battle After Another, I liked the movie. I am glad it won Best Picture. Our runner-up, and pretty much a tie for number 1. Number 2 and number 1 are essentially tied because of how much I love these movies. Number 2 is Marty Supreme. Now, personally, I do wish Timothy won Best Actor over Michael B. Jordan. I am very happy that Michael B. Jordan won, but Timothy gives the best performance of the year, in my opinion. And if he doesn't win for this performance in Marty Supreme, there's a chance he might never win an Oscar, which is kind of heartbreaking. But again, I'm very happy Michael won. But this is a movie that shouldn't have worked at all. It's a movie about a person you hate, another person you hate, and a sports movie that doesn't have like the satisfying conclusion of a sports movie. And it all works. It's a sports movie about a guy trying to get what he wants, but everything keeps falling through. And it is not only just endlessly entertaining because of how good Timothée Chalamet is, and the supporting cast, and Odessa Ozion, Gwyneth Paltrow, everybody's phenomenal in this movie. It's not only entertaining because of that, but because it just goes insane. It is a very intense movie. It has you on the edge of your seat for quite a bit of the film. It really, really works, even though everything about it shouldn't. It's a sports movie where everything that sports movies should do, it doesn't do. Even the finale of the movie, it's not him at the tournament finally becoming the greatest. It's an exhibition match against the player he lost to, with the player he lost to not even really trying his hardest, and he beats him, and like that's the victory at the end of the movie. And you read that and you're like, oh, that shouldn't work at all. But it does, because the way the movie's structured, the way everything about this movie is so well done. This is a movie that would not have worked if the directing wasn't on point, the script wasn't sharp, the performances are a big thing. You hate Odessa Ozion and Timothée Chalamet's character, but you also are rooting for them because the performances are so good inside of the movie. And so it's just a movie that so intense. And I will say that during the marathon, I got a little bit exhausted after watching this movie because it is just such an intense experience. But that's okay, because that's the goal of the film here. And Marty Supreme is a very good runner-up in the Best Picture nom race. But number one is my hero of the Oscars that took home 4 awards, Sinners. Ever since I saw this movie in April, the first viewing, I was like, I'm not a big fan of this movie. I'm very frustrated by it. It was not what I expected. Going in the second time with not really tampered expectations, but expectations twisted around to what this movie really is, blew me away in IMAX. I saw it 4 times in a theater, 4 times at home. I have now seen this movie 8 times, and like every time I watch this movie, like I just want to watch it again. It is a movie that's so good. Michael B. Jordan, our best actor, definitely deserved it. He does a really great job with 2 dual rules, making everybody feel like a distinct character. And I don't care that people are like, well, you had the Mario and Luigi, one's red and one's blue. I don't care. Okay, sure. That's because he looks the same. The distinct personalities are great. The rest of the supporting cast is great. Delroy Lindo, Miles Caton definitely got snubbed. Wunmi Mosaku in there. Obviously, Jack O'Connell as our lead vampire is great. The first half of the movie is the best first half of a movie all year long. Like, it is just phenomenal. It focuses on music and that one scene, the I Lied to You scene, the snub at the Oscars, because of course it did! Screw you, Golden! Screw you! Best sequence I've ever seen in a movie theater, probably ever. Like, it is just that good of a sequence. And, like, even when you get to the vampire stuff in the back half, it loses a little bit of momentum for me, but still, it's still really entertaining, especially because of the performances. The movie can be funny. The movie has themes that really work. It's just a phenomenal, phenomenal movie that I can never watch a movie over and over again and get tired of it. Sinners is that one movie that I watch over and over again and cannot get tired of the film and want to watch over and over again. That's how good Sinners is, man. It is a phenomenal movie, and you already knew that it was going to be my number 1 on the Best Picture nominees of 2026. Alright, that was my ranking of the 10 Best Picture nominees of 2026. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and, of course, comment down below what is your ranking of the 10 films that were nominated for Best Picture. And with that said, subscribe.